Today, I mean, this has been something that some of you over at the Shadow Moses Discord have been requesting because apparently y'all enjoy some of these videos I do, even though they are a little toxic sometimes. I really mean sometimes because I don't have an angst against the majority of you. Just one motherfucker and his cult group. And I just wanted to come on today and take the time to thank you, Virgil and Buzzcut, for taking the time to listen to what I had to say, and actually take it to heart. I know there's a lot of older renegades in the Shadow Moses Discord. To me, you guys are a successor chapter to me, and I mean that in the most respectful way. But there's a couple of things I wanted to just really get out there and talk about today, and kind of like get to the point to where I want to get to this part. Well, we're gonna get to the death of a spaceman here very shortly. Those of you that were in comms with me that night when I was talking to Golo and Toys, you very much aware of what I was implying to you that night, and it seems that our favorite pirate queen was either A, in comms, incognito, or B, starting to wake up to the reality of the situation, right? There are some of you even commenting on this man's, and I'm not trying to misgender you if you're really a queen, but, on this person's, Twitter feed, should we be buying more ships with our vote wallets and stuff like that, You guys are starting to figure it out. Okay? Now, I have been an asshole about my investments and all this stuff, but no, I don't have any pull at CIG, I don't. I'm just a crazy marauder that has enough brute strength to cause an impact. You guys are fucking more sophisticated in your feedback and all this other bullshit. And, in my opinion, some of you sound like that, just to seem intelligent, but you're really not. And that's not applied to all of you. But, to me, it's just a game. And it's always just been a game. And all of you guys have been overcomplicating this for years. Alright? For me personally, Star Citizen has been an easy game from day one. Alright? It's unfair for me to say that this current flight model in live is easy. Right? That's unfair for me to say because I've been playing it for years. Right? I've been playing it since day fucking one. So, to adapt to that flight model was not as bad for those of us that have been around since the beginning compared to those that came into it. You guys came into this game fighting people like me and Avenger 1 and others. And because of that inability, and it not by your fault at all as a gamer, as a player, I'm talking to you, it's not your fault at all that you don't have the time to dedicate or the aptitude that some of us have in order to maintain these skill levels. You have people on A1's side and even Shadow Moses' side that say and claim you have to play this game 6 hours a day to be good at it. That is a lie. That is organization propaganda for participation metrics. And I'm being dead ass serious with all of you about that. I'm living proof that what y'all are saying about that is bullshit and a lie. And that's the real reason why y'all have such a problem with me. Alright? I discredit a lot of the shit y'all say by just simply existing. Okay? And that's the reality. There are people in the world who don't have to play video games 8 hours a day, and you're looking at someone like that. Okay? I know y'all would love to sit here and think that, this is all I do 24/7, and it's not. And the thought of getting your ass kicked by a man in a Mickey Mouse shirt is probably really triggering for a lot of you. But with that being said, I'm going to get to the next part of this little speech here. All right. And we're going to get down to this recent thing, this recent uproar that I've caused in this last week. Okay. I'm going to show you 2 screenshots. The first one, y'all don't care about, right? Going 5-0 in a Super Hornet. Like, y'all don't give a fuck about that, right? Bushido bros. Like, y'all discredit. Like, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Y'all absolutely ignore and discredit any way you can, right? It doesn't matter that I can go ace status in a fucking fighter, right? Y'all didn't give a fuck about that. You know what y'all gave a fuck about? This. And why did y'all give a fuck about this? It's not because a constellation dicked all of you down. It's because who was flying it dicked you down, okay? You know, I watched Buzzcut's video today, right? And I'm gonna get to the one part of this video, right?
You won't be responding to anything in a reasonable amount of time.
Where I'm gonna be a little bit of an elitist. Because he goes on about the gimbals at some point in this video here. Just forgot. Well, here it is, manual gimbals. So what he's showing you right now is the gimbal system. I know there's 3 forms of aim in this system. You have fixed aiming, which is what most of this former Bushido bro and a lot of others used, and then there's gimbaled auto aim, right, where it tracks for you, and then you have this one. All right, this is the mode that allows you to fire your guns the way you want to, like this. You know, your crosshair is not bound to just flight. So basically what this mode will do is it'll allow you to shoot at these fucking light fighters that are doing the dance around you and shit. It gives your constellation just way more weapon arc than a fighter. And you'll always have that advantage over a fighter because their primary defensive mechanism is maneuverability. And when you take away all of the things that a light fighter has been using to negate damage, right, then they get mad. You know, there are strategies, but like if you get in front of a Connie, I mean, you made a mistake, you deserve to get clapped, right? There is a skill check here, right? It's just that the way that some of you in the community have been interpreting skill in my mind is incorrect. Okay? You know, for years and years and years in the beginning days of the game, and you know, Goliath will tell you, excuse me, Golo will tell you that, you know, the team play that we and Renegade did in the past is the key as to why we dominated the leaderboards in all of it, all right? And some of you got mad about it because of Battle Royale, and I don't blame you for that. But you can't sit here and put it all on all of us because not all of us were guilty of the behavior. Especially when I've got the receipts to prove that I can go into Battle Royale by myself and still win. Alright? So, you know, it's these things that y'all don't like. Because when I put this in front of you, this whole narrative of me being a bad pilot goes away. It doesn't exist. And it's childish as fuck for y'all to sit here and continue to call me a bad pilot because I don't fucking agree or bend the knee to y'all's ideologies or way that you look at it, all right? There are people, and like I said, there are people in this world that are just naturally talented at video games and don't have to train like that, right? And the argument is that in order to be good at this game, you should be like that. Well, this is the mathematical real life reality check for all of you guys in the Light Fighter community. All right, there's only 200 of you. And quite frankly, you know, CIG is not going to make a game for 200 fucking assholes that sit here and belittle people like me on the internet for giving feedback that's opposite to yours. First and fucking foremost. Alright? Like, you know, you guys need to understand that the person that you have been listening to and you have been following for the last 5 years in this game has misrepresented an exploit as competitive dogfighting. Alright? And there's no amount of semantics, there's no amount of, you know, but we want to play the game Defanos. You just shut the fuck up. Alright? trying to sit here and pretend that this game is competitive and only having access to light fighters while the other 80 to 9, and this is where Virgil, again, this is why I'm supporting Virgil now. Because he has come to the realization that it's like, oh, fuck, there is 90% of other players that haven't been able to do combat because the only thing that is, air quote, viable, and it's not even really viable, it's just a word y'all use to justify it, alright, is light fighter combat. And it's been like that for 5 fucking years. Every last one of you, and I'm tired of this, every last one of you that have been a part of this for as long as all of us have, know for a fact I'm a Glaive pilot. And I have one of the best Glaive pilots in the game. If not the best Glaive pilot in the game. I don't claim to be the best pilot in the universe. That's somebody else. Alright? I'm good at what I fucking do. And I also have enough fucking temperament to understand that it's a video game and that you're gonna fucking die. It doesn't matter how good you are or how much thought you put into it, right? There is a mathematical limit to how far you can go before you get clapped. And that's just the reality of the situation. You know, do I want to see constellations become the new meta? No, of course I don't. I did this because you guys were disproportionately headshotting me in the game. You were literally trying to get under my skin, piss me off, and annoy me. And you know you were. And then CIG comes out on this Master Mode live stream yesterday and explains to you why they fly in alt accounts and all this other stuff, right? Because in CIG's case, it makes sense for them to do that, right? But in the player case, I don't see a reason to do that. Okay? I wear that shit as kind of a badge of honor. It's like if it really takes 4 or 5 of you to come and clap me to save your little egos from getting threatened on the internet, then this is what I'm going to do to you. Okay? Don't fuck around like this and you won't find out. Alright? You know, there's more, like I said, there's more to being good at this game than just sitting in a fucking light fighter. And that's what this demonstrates. It demonstrates that all of you are stubborn as fuck and you honestly thought you could beat me with 5 light fighters under these circumstances. Get fucked. I mean, seriously. We're at a point now where it's like, you know, dogfighting shouldn't be invalidated because of these bigger ships. I think we're all on the same page when it comes to that topic. But what y'all don't understand is that team composition matters, right? And if you're not going in with the right strategy and the right team compositions, you're gonna get thundered. This is no longer about personal skill. It's still a factor. Personal skill allows you to still positional dogfight. Personal skill allows you to increase your survivability to the maximum thresholds. That's about all it does nowadays in this flight model. This flight model is more team-based because it's an MMO, as in massively multiplayer online. What about that do you people not understand? Alright, now if it was just a fucking fighting game, like, you know, Street Fighter, then yeah, maybe y'all would be more correct, but you're not. It's not. You're thinking too much about yourself and not about the game, about the greater health of everyone else. And to a degree, I blame Chris Roberts for this because he's the one that sold personal skill mattering. And personal skill being the key to surviving. And this is the part where we're going to go full circle here. Okay? Death of a Spaceman. It doesn't matter what system it was in, right? It doesn't matter if if it's the last or current system or this system, right? You die entirely too easy in the game. Okay? Now, Death of a Spaceman, the way that the way that the flight model in Live is set up is to make it to where you don't have to die, right? Unless like it's just like with the full consensual argument, right? Unless two people are willing to fight, there is no fight. And if one person just refuses to fight or refuses to go along with it, and they're good enough to know how to evade and escape properly, like me, for example, you'll never catch us. And then if you do, it's reverse. It's back strafe with EM missiles, because I'm just not gonna waste my time anymore. It's dumb. I'm literally not gonna spend 45 minutes of cat and mouse trying to merge on my target to get them gunshots. Ooh, I'm such a badass star pilot. Seriously, guys, like, it goes both ways. You see how that works? You see how that disrespect fucking works? Y'all want to do that shit to me? I'm gonna do it right back to you. Alright? What kind of a fucking loser dedicates 30-45 minutes to get a single kill in the persistent universe? One with an ego to inflate and a point to prove. That's fucking who. Alright? I've got better things to do with my time. I'm just gonna nuke you and move on. Snipe you, move on. You know, it's more efficient to do that. It's quicker to do that. Using a railgun, for fuck's sake, is more efficient than dogfighting. I mean, my God, like, how many more examples, how much more of an asshole do I have to be to this community? How many more fucking dipshit little things do I have to show all these other people to do to finally get you to understand that we're not gonna play the game your way? Fuck you. Fuck your org. Fuck your feedback. And fuck you. Just fuck you, everything about you. Alright? And now we're here at this crossroads in Star Citizen's development, where all of you are now going to realize just how far your feedback goes. And it doesn't go as far as you fucking think it does. Alright? I really do look forward to this little podcast on Sunday, after all this stuff has come out in these last couple of days, especially with the Star Citizen Live and essentially CIG saying and putting their foot down that we're not going to higher speeds. With the caveat in there of, oh, well, we might try it. No, there's no might try it. That's... You don't sit there for fucking 20 minutes of that hour talking about how you're not going to go up on speeds and then take fucking 2 minutes to add that, you know, subjective little lie in there to make it seem like your fucking feedback matters, because it doesn't. You know, did my fucking feedback matter against AutoAim? Clearly not. Right? It doesn't matter that I've exposed it and I've got all of you fucking aware of it. Right? It doesn't matter that I've exposed tricording. It doesn't matter that I've exposed Avenger. It doesn't matter. Y'all are still going to fucking triple down on whatever bullshit ideology or whatever mentality y'all are on. Just because you don't want to, you know, be caught publicly agreeing with me. Which is what this is about. Which is what this comes down to, right? You know, if you like, video reactions are not something I like to do, because it comes down to me scrolling through my past history and showing the entire community how many of my talking points are being hijacked by all of you for the sake of advertising your fucking org superiority. So let's go down and get an example of that. You know, Yeah, I'm gonna be nice, but I'm also gonna be fucking fair about this, right? I'm gonna be fucking up in your face about this. You know, y'all want to sit there and give credit to everyone else but me. So I'm gonna be toxic. I'm gonna be toxic about it. I'm gonna be very toxic about it. Y'all won't apologize to me. Y'all won't take your social L. Y'all won't fucking acknowledge me. And like I'm serious, and because of this, I'm just gonna simply sit here and just be like, oh, by the way, you know, just so everyone knows where all this information that all of you are talking about has come from. It's come from me, Daddy Renegade. You may have toys over there holding your hand right now. But don't sit here and pretend that, you know, this is all information coming out of your orgs. It's not. I'm helping you. And, you know, quite frankly, for y'all to sit here and continue to fucking downplay and discredit me because Avenger 1 said so, and I fucking mean that. We're gonna go there. You know, y'all want to play with politics and sit here and say, oh, well, if you agree with somebody, then you're a Nazi or a racist. Okay. Like, you know, 3/4 of the community is now a Nazi because they agree with Buzzcut Psycho. Are you guys really that stupid? And the short answer is yes, the fuck you are. You're so desperate to make yourselves look good in front of everyone else that you're willing to say and do stupid shit like that. So if Buzz's history counts against him, my history counts against me, but magically Avenger 1's history doesn't count against him. And that right there alone, Star Citizen community, is why you're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Alright? Rules for me and not for thee, right? Double standards, right? And then, you know, there's a couple more things I want to talk about too. Not just with the flight model, but with CIG's behavior as well. You know, GrieferNet didn't deserve to be fucking banned. Alright? I'm going to say that right now in front of all of you. You know, in the past, GrieferNet's done some pretty fucking shitty things. Absolutely. But to sit here and ban an not just ban an organization for a couple of their players' behavior, okay? But they didn't break TOS. And trying to sit here and rewrite the rules, Cloud Imperium Games, to make your game look good in front of the general audience, right? You see where I'm going with this narrative? Do you see what the company is literally going to attack and crush you if you stand in their way financially? I'm warning you, all of you, for the last time. Alright? If you honestly think your light fighter autism is going to reverse any of these decisions they've made in the last 6 months to a year, you are beyond arrogant. You have so much hubris. You honestly think you're that strong. You honestly think you have that much influence. You honestly think you have that much of an impact. You don't. You think you do, but you don't. So, you know, Star Citizen community, my dear brothers and sisters, you might want to reevaluate the way you're looking at and doing things. If your org's PvP dominance means that much to you, and this is the behavior y'all are willing to do, then of course I want nothing to do with you. Because I am better than you. Not just as a man, as a person, academically, ideologically, morally, ethically, but as a gamer as well. I am that great.